Hi.
Hello.
Okay, we are Pato,
And Flore.
and this is the Argentine Rugby Breakdown.
Well, we are here to talk about Super Rugby 2020 and Jaguares preseason. The preseason with Jaguares this year had a difference because they didn't have the window of November, so they have more time to actually be together and train together. The first part of the preseason training started on the 25th of November, and it ended the 20th of December, just in time for the holidays. And then we have another part of the season on the 2nd of January, just with New Year.
Yes, the second part of the preseason.
Yes. So Gonzalo Quesada and all the squad said that they were very happy that this time they have more time together to train and to start knowing new players and having more time to prepare some games and to study what's going on and what will happen on Super Rugby this year.
Yes, the ability of not the benefit of not having the November internationals gave the possibility to Jaguares to start, as Flor said, earlier the preseason and to get the new players into the squad and training early, and instead of just having 1 month previous to the beginning of the season. Remember that this year the season starts not at the medium of February, but at the beginning of February, so it's less time that the teams had for preseason training preparing, especially if you're bringing in new players that might never have been part of the team or just never been pro, like here.
And also it's the first Super Rugby after a World Cup, and always when a World Cup appears you have a change of players, and some players are retiring or going somewhere, or going to Europe, or taking new things or new experiences. So this is what's happening with Jaguares now. A lot of players have left the team, and we have a lot of young players that are coming to play in the squad.
Yes, we can name the players that actually left the team, and they are Lavanini, Matera, Moyano, Pieretto, Landajo, Garcia Bota, Leguizamón, and González Iglesias. From this list, we can see that there are 4 players who were part of the team that played a lot of games during last season, that were Lavanini, Matera, Moyano, and Pieretto. Those 4 players played a lot of games, and the other 4, Landajo, Garcia Bota, Leguizamón, and González Iglesias, they didn't play that much. Some didn't even play, I think, or just 1 game or 2 games of the season.
Landajo, I don't.
Yes, so Landajo tried to play 1 game and he was injured, something like that. And Garcia Bota, I don't know if he played. But what the coach said when he talked about the players leaving, he said that although there are some players that played a lot and others didn't, the ones that didn't play a lot, they were very important within the squad. They were important outside the field to the group. So the
especially Leguizamón and González Iglesias.
Yes,
that's the 2 players of not playing that much, that they were very meaningful to the team. And I think inside the field, and what we saw about, like in some interviews, the most missed ones are of course Matera and Lavanini, because they were the core of the team and
the forwards
and the ones that always have pushing the players to give more. So that's
yes,
the major
exactly the biggest losses we're gonna get on this season, starting this season. Matera because of his personality and the ball carrier he is, and Lavanini because he's a big unit on the scrum and on the forwards. So the size of him on the forwards is gonna be missed. But
we have new players
coming in, and we're gonna talk about them. You wanna read them?
Okay, I will. Sorry, I will go to the screen to read it. We have Santiago Grandona. He played on Pumitas before coming to Jaguares. Mateo Carreras, same as well. Bautista Pedemonte, same. Pumitas.
Let's remember that Pumitas is the under 20th national team.
True. We have Joel Schiavi. This is curious because he's the only professional player of all the new players. He hasn't played in an amateur Argentinian rugby team. He's coming from.
No, he used to play in the club,
but not professionally and not in the A.
No. He was playing in France in the Pro D2 league.
How years old is he?
I think he's 25, something like that.
He's not young. He's like 18 or 19, but he's new to us.
Yes, exactly.
We have Lucas Mensa. He's a player from Pucará Rugby Club and Argentina 15. Ignacio Calas from La Tabla and Jaguares 15. Tomás Albornoz from Pumitas. And Juan Pablo Castro from San Juan Rugby Club and Jaguares 15. Santiago Montañer from Alumni. And Rodrigo Fernández Criado from Belgrano Athletic.
So yes, these are lots of young players that are coming into the squad. All of these players, as far as we know, they're going to be part of the squad and part of the list of Jaguares list. But there are 4 players that we're going to name later. The 4 players that are not going to take part of the first part of the season. They're going to start training with Sabos, which is the second professional team in Argentina. It's a second franchise. It's going to be starting in the new South American rugby tournament, the first professional tournament in the region.
Yeah.
And they're going to be going there. But they are part of the Jaguares squad and the list that the Jaguares presented to Sansar. So in any case, they could be called up at any minute by the coaching staff if there's injuries, or if they need them and they want to give them minutes in Super Rugby.
Probably in another video we'll talk a lot about Sabos because it deserves a different video and more time to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
But if you could have the chance to see Jaguares play Georgia 15 to practice a little bit for starting the season this Saturday.
Yeah, friendly games.
Yeah. So they play Jaguares Georgia 15 and we could see a lot of new players, and all of these new players we could see them in the field and having a notion or idea on how they play.
Yes.
And we're very happy about it.
Yes. So we were very impressed for kids around 20 years old that never played professional rugby before, and they're coming into this team and they're showing lots of skills and attitude towards the game. They of course like the experience, but they are. I think they're gonna be, if they given the time and if they are taken slowly into the tournament and to the squad, they're gonna be really good. And this is really good for Argentina, and having this young guys coming into a squad and don't showing so much difference between the ones who are already pros and already playing a long time and these new guys. And an important thing is that since the new system that the Argentine Union is putting in place, where there's a bigger connection between all the national teams, between Pumas and Jaguares and Argentina 15 and the 20th, and now with Sabos. And so the connection between all those teams it makes it easier, the transition, because the coaching staff are all in communication. They sit to discuss things, and so it's make it easier for the players to transition from one team to the other. And
and even months apart, because a lot of these young players have played in Jaguares 15 in the
Currie Cup.
First division.
Yes, the Currie Cup
first division of Currie Cup, South African. And they are now here in Jaguares, and some of them will play in Sabos, but they will come back for Jaguares at some point. And it's okay because they know the system and they know how to do it. We have 2 games against Georgia 15. I said 15 before, sorry, the Spanish. And we saw a lot of new players, and they talk about struggling a little bit in scrum and trying to exercise the lineup, because We have there Matera or Lavanini. They were very, very important in especially especially in lineup, because lineup is the one thing that Jaguares did really good last year. So they're training again and having these new guys there, so they have to train a lot and practice. But we saw very good things. Georgia was a very tough team, so it's a good test to see how the strength and how physical the game is. And Jaguares won the 2 games 66-1-3 and 1-7, so it was really good. But we will see what happens next Saturday against Lions.
Yes, one issue here is that because where we are and because we are far away from everyone, it's difficult for Jaguares to get good preseason games to get when Jaguares starts playing the season on home soil. When they started in South Africa, it was pretty easier. Go a couple of weeks earlier to South Africa and have friendly games against South African teams. But here in South America, we don't have any team in par with Jaguares or less. So it's very complicated.
Yeah, and we have in Europe. Europe is playing regular season now, so they don't have national teams assembled to, let's play France or let's play Ireland or let's play Georgia.
Or even clubs, just clubs who are in the middle of their seasons. What is expected that's maybe in the future Jaguares might be able to play some games against the new teams of the new tournament, of the new South American professional tournament.
That's the idea.
That's the idea, but it's going to be a couple of years before. Well, maybe. We don't know. We're going to see next year or how this tournament evolves. Maybe Jaguares will have the chance of playing these teams, and it will be easier getting more friendly games before the season starts.
Pato, since we're talking about Sables, can you name us the players that will be playing at Sables, please?
Oh, yes, I can. I have it right here. So, we mentioned that there are some players of Jaguares that were not going to be taking part of the first part of the season, but they are part of the squad, and the 4 that were announced that were moving to Sables to start the season with them in the South American tournament are Lucas Mensa, Rodrigo Fernandez Criado, Santiago Montanier, and Juan Pablo Castro.
I really like Rodrigo Fernandez Criado, I have to say.
Yes.
We saw him playing last Friday against Georgia 15. We saw a lot of potential there. So we're hoping he gets to Jaguares squad soon.
Yes. Also, we have Lucas Mensa, which
true.
Lucas Mensa was part of the Puma squad in the Rugby World Cup, and he played against England. So we have a Puma player there playing for Sables. And the other 2 young players, Juan Pablo Castro is recovering from an injury in his hand. He had an operation done, a surgery. And Santiago Montanier, well, he's a forward, and he will start playing the Sables before Jaguares.
Yes. We have some injuries as well.
Yes, true. Apart from Castro, we have a couple of injuries.
2 really core players, Jaguares players, which is the last season's captain, Jerónimo de la Fuente.
Which is going to be the season captain as well.
Yes. But he's not playing, or at least we think he's not playing.
No, he's not going to be playing. It's already been said he's not going to be playing against Lyon.
And Matias Alemano as well. Second.
He's a second rower.
Yes.
And he's supposed to be the natural replacement for Lavanini, so he has a torn muscle and he won't be taking part of the first game also.
Yeah. So with these injuries, with all these new players and old players leaving, and who will play this Saturday? Who are we going to see in Vélez?
Well, we did something that was when the second friendly game ended, we talked about each other which was the squad that we thought could play, and we made some speculations. But we have which is the team that was that practiced. I think it was Tuesday this week of the week previous to the Lions game. So we have the which might be the possible starting team. And we'll start. Yes.
Okay. So we have Michael Vivas, Julián Montoya, Santiago Medrano.
That's those front rowers. Yes.
We have Guido Petty and Lucas Paulos, second row. Frankie Gorrisen, Kremer and Lesana. on the third row.
Yes. And then we have in the backs, we have Cubelli.
I love Kuwait.
She likes Cubelli. Joaquín Díaz Bonillas, fly half. Cubelli as number 9. Joaquín Díaz Bonillas as fly half. And then we have the centers, Juan Cruz Malia and Matias Moroni. In the wingers, Delgui and Carreras. And the fullback will be Bofelli.
So we saw this list and we have a few differences on, or like the skeleton of this is what we talk about when we saw the last practice.
Yes.
Against Georgia 15. For example, I think Carreras. I wasn't sure of a winger because I saw. Oh God.
We saw Cancellieri.
Oh yeah, thank you, Sebastián Cancellieri, who kicked us on.
No, he had a good game.
Yeah.
He had a good game. He showed.
I really like him. I really like. We're training, and Argentina is having really good wingers, and these are examples of them. They're constantly battling for each other, like for the position. So sometimes we like Carreras, but sometimes we are Cancellieri. We don't know what to say or what to choose. But I thought Cancellieri won the position playing against Georgia 15 last week, but apparently Carreras won.
Well, this is still a preview of the squad. We don't know if it's gonna be the definitive squad. We don't know which is the name.
What else we thought different?
No, because we thought that maybe I think because I don't remember correctly, would be Teta Chaparro taking his place, and some people might say we thought that the Malia and Moroni were going to be the centers.
Teta Chaparro didn't play that well in scrum.
No,
he didn't scrum well. Yes. So
he fell. And also we have to name that the guy who chose number 13, that is Orlando.
Yes.
He's been injured before this last week, before the last 2 weeks. So he's just coming back of an injury.
Was his first game,
yes.
So it was like kind of coming back to the rhythm.
And also Joel Esclavi, the only new player that we have, who is a first rower. He was injured, so that's a good reason for them not to be back, because they are kind of 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks behind on training against those players. But we expect that, for instance, I expect that Orlando will be in the replacements.
Yeah. Well, there is a high expectation about what will happen this Saturday against Lions, the first season game. A lot of the players, and we saw some interviews to Quesada, to the head coach, talking about how he trained these players that play the World Cup and then did really bad, and how to lift all spirits and start again and give them motivation to keep on going, and to see, okay, we finished second last year on Super Rugby. How we do it? How do we do this again, or how do we keep up? Well, with new players, with some players gone. So I think that's the main objective of the Jaguares. Just keeping the bar up, keeping the level.
Being kind of setting themselves a good. A good bar, a good expectations to
and I remember something.
Yes, to end, or where they want to be, but also keeping it real. Knowing there's a lot of new players. Last year's it was a tough season, and the Super Rugby is the toughest tournament in the world. So it's gonna be hard. It's not that they're gonna go to a final again. That doesn't mean that, but it means that they're gonna go slowly and setting themselves kind of objectives that are reasonably objectives.
The first objective, actually, that's what I remember. It's the first 8 games. They are focusing on the first 8 games of the season, because last year the first 8 games we didn't do so well. We started losing a lot, so we finished kind of like almost not getting or fighting to finally get to the playoffs. And the idea of them is, okay, let's focus on the first stage. We have to win the first stage so we can be relaxed and calm when the season is kind of in midterms and spirits kind of go down.
What I believe is that, yes, true, last season they started really bad, losing against the Lions. Lions here. They didn't play that bad, but they made tons of mistakes, and maybe that was also part of not having good previous season matches and kind of starting to sink within the tournament. And also there was a new head coach, a new coaching staff, so that was also complicated. And yes, the first part of the season was not really good. They struggled a lot, whereas the second part of the season they won against, I guess, 11 games out of 10, something like that, and will reach the final. But what Flores says is that true. They want to start better this year. They focus on the first 8 games that are home and away games, and trying to see how better they can improve from the beginning of the season. And I think that's a good idea.
So this is everything that we have now.
Yes.
This Saturday we're going to Vélez Stadium to see
the Lions. Yes.
So we will have some more information, maybe some pictures, maybe some videos.
Yes, exactly. Follow us on social media. The links are going to be
somewhere
down in the comments.
Follow Jaguares here as well.
Yes,
he will be with us.
Yeah, maybe, but the true
not in the
stadium.
Yes.
But yes, please. This is the first video we make. Please leave your comments. Tell us what you think about it. What can we improve? What would you like to know? What things would you want us to talk about? We hope we can bring this regularly. We'll see how this works out. But on the social media, we try to give them as much information as we can, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay, so see you next.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye bye.